Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. Sorry about the really glaring overhead lights. I'm in my library and I've not got the lighting right in here, so I'll give you a sneak peek of the finished thing. So this is like a little bit of a scan of my library. You can see there's some empty shelves. I'm really excited to finish rearranging everything on my shelves and then do a quick, you can see it's not that big, but it's my cosy space and this is my chair. Just need a footrest and then I can just chill in here and get a little cover for my door. It's like lock myself in my library and shut out, because I work from home a lot, so my living room is kind of like my office space as well. So in here is just gonna be zen mood. Anyway, that's not what we're here for. We're here for my March TBR. I had allotted books for the Fanatasy Bingo readathon. There's a year-long readathon hosted on Reddit, but I don't use Reddit, so I've just been moseying along. And I say moseying along because she do be moseying. I've had to go back and look at some of the prompts and fill it with other things that I have been able to finish. So one of the things I had to switch out was a novella. I was going to read Michael R. Miller's novella, The Last Guardian, but I didn't get around to doing that, and March is going to be mostly trying to get through this, and I needed to take that off because otherwise it would have left me too many to try and fulfill. So I've switched it out for Deathless by Rob J. Hayes. The hard mode for that was not Tor, and Deathless isn't Tor, self-published, so bada bing bada boom, that one was done. A fantasy romance, main character is LGBTQIA+. Strange Hymn, the bargaining series, Faye in there, one of the main characters is Faye. This is a major assumption that I've made, but generally Faye are very fluid with their sexuality. You know, that might be a bit of a push. However, if I can get round to it, the original book I had down was Fairbound by Sarah Elarife. I just don't know if I can get around to that with the books that I want to read. And one of these books, if you're a high fantasy reader and you will probably heard the series before, and you'll be wondering why the hell I'm trying to fit that in a month of other books as well. But we'll get to that in a second. So if I can read Fairbound, I will switch that back out. I didn't go for the hard mode with this one, and I don't know if I'll be able to get the hard mode for this one. The hard mode features a heist, but criminals, I chose Maleficent 7 because the main characters are all bad people and there are no redeeming qualities for any of them. It was top tier. Top tier. Maleficent 7 by Cameron Johnson. If you can read that, highly recommend. So I've switched that out as well. So there are 2, 4, 6, 8 prompts that I yet need to fulfill, and this is going to be my March TBR. So, first one is an alliterative title, and I could have chosen a Miss Pace's Pocket Guide, but to get hard mode it's 3 or more words. So the Sister of Swords and Shadows is available on Everhand, and this was the one I originally put down, and it does intrigue me, so I really do want to try and get to this. I don't know when my physical copy of this book is right now, but the next one is Under the Surface, and the hard mode is more than 50% of the book, Under the Surface, and I wanted to reread Claire Harmon's Flames of Mirror because I still haven't read book 2, and I'm sure book 2 is already out, and I feel like a bad fan because I adored this book when it came out, and I was supposed, the amount of times I've said to myself I'm going to reread this one, and I just haven't done it, so it needs to go on there. Third one is City of Nightmares by Rebecca Schaeffer. Cover will be here. Don't own it yet, and I don't know how I'm going to acquire this, but probably going to be audio. Hard mode for this is normal dreams or nightmares, so I could have easily gone with one of my fantasy books because they all have like magically induced nightmares or dreams or whatever in there, but obviously the hard mode is mundane nightmares. So I got this recommendation from Mel from Eleanor Reads, and she was doing her Fantasy Bingo, so there you go. I think it was Mel anyway. There was a lot of videos that came out about this time. So, but I think this one's from Mel. And the next one is Bards, and it's A River Enchanted by Rebecca Ross. This is a meg rec. I'm leaving it on there anyway. But the hard mode is a character explicitly is called a bard. It fits the prompt, and it's also a meg rec. You see what I'm doing here? two birds, one stone. The next one is Dark Academia, and I chose Hellbent by Lee Bardugo. Again, don't know how I'm going to acquire this. I'll probably consume this via audio as well, and then maybe if I enjoy it, get a physical copy. But the hard mode for that one is the school is a mundane school. I think I was going to choose a study in drowning, I was going to swap it out for that, but we didn't actually spend a lot of time in the school, so I felt it was a bit of a cop-out, so then I didn't bother doing that one. And then the next one that I need to use this one for, because I have no idea how else I'll fill it otherwise, is a space opera, and it's Starbringer by Tracy Wolff. I do want to read this anyway, but I don't read that much sci-fi. I say I'm a sci-fi fantasy girly, but I don't actually read that much sci-fi. I'm more of a fantasy person. So yeah, and I've heard it's really good. Tracy Wolff let me down with the Crave series, but we're gonna try and put that in the past. Forget that happened. Move on, because there's a different series. It's adult, and we're gonna try and vibe with it. And then the final thing that you're probably gonna think, Lisa, it's March, we're going into spring. Why the hell would you want to read this? But I got The Advent of Winter. The ebooks were all delivered to my Kindle back in 2023. I was supposed to read The Advent of Winter then. I was then supposed to read The Advent of Winter this year, and I got this far in. I really want to read it. These are some of my favourite indie authors that have written books in here. So just to name a few people that I've read from, there's Zach Argyle, there's Carl Black, there's Ryan Carhill, there's Crystal Ender. I really loved his book that I read from him. L.L. McRae, Quenby Olsen, Palmer Pickering, J.D.L. Russell. There's so many people that I've read books from them and loved, and I get to have like a little short story of them in, and I've not read it. Why would I do this? And also, I'm not going to read this one, because I did take this out to read this physically, and I read a couple of pages and then was just like, oh my god, this is too pretty to hold. So I will be going back to my Kindle and reading all of these on there, but there you go. So those are the books that I want to get to for the month of March. But that is not all, my friends. That is not all. We are going to be doing the spinner wheel. The spinner wheel! And we're going to be picking we're going to be picking a Butterfly Book Club fantasy book and a Butterfly Book Club fantasy romance or romance book. I'm not going to call it fantasy romance because I think one of them we got is just like a dark romance. So yeah, I think all of their books from those subscriptions are adult, but correct me if I'm wrong. First off, we're going to go to the fantasy one. This is the one that I've been subscribed to for the longest, so I have the most on this wheel. I only have 2 on the other one, so it's going to be... Hey, sorry if you... sorry if the angle's moved. My battery just went, and then my camera said it was getting too hot, and my camera never says that, so I'm kind of concerned that this might be conking out on me. So that's fun, isn't it? So what I was saying was, there's been more fantasy books on here than there are the others, but I do want to try and, as much as possible, keep up with the new subscriptions that I'm getting. I'm already behind because we've received 2 months worth, but we did receive January and February quite close together because they have just switched over subscriptions. But you don't care about this. Anyway, we're gonna... Did I read last month's pick, The Celestials? No. I've only read 1 book the whole time I've been subscribed, so we need to correct this. Let's have a look. Ooh, Titan's Nest, bear with. Okay, so The Titan's Nest by T.D. Orrell. This is probably one of, if not the first book that I got from the subscription box. You'll be able to tell the difference between this and some of the newer ones. There's no sprayed edges. There's no sort of like inner artwork. there is just the, I say just, this eyeball looks fun. And I don't know what this is about, I'm going to go in blind. But this is on the TBR for this month. So it's going to go on my newly acquired TBR shelf. We're then going to quickly switch back to the 2 fantasy romance or dark romance books that we've got. And we're just going to spin and decide, see which one it picks. Always with you up here. And this one, if you can't tell, already scares the shit out of me. So, I'm not going to show you the full picture because the full picture is not safe. The full thing is not safe for work and not safe for YouTube. But those are the inner things, inner things. The first boy I ever loved might be a murderer. After Sophie Mariano disappeared, I took the perfect life she left behind. The spot on the cheer squad, the friends and the gorgeous boyfriend. But now Sophie's brother Miles is back, and he's looking for his missing sister. He's staying with his grandma in my duplex, which means there's nothing but a door separating us each night. I should be afraid of him. Everyone thinks he killed his sister, but I'm not afraid of Miles. I'm afraid of how much I want him. There is one person I'm afraid of though. Whoever's sending me creepy anonymous messages and photos. They're following me around town, to work, to my house. According to Miles, the same thing happened to Sophie before she disappeared. Whoever was stalking her is now stalking me. So obviously, stalker trope. There's a lot of trigger warnings around this book as well. It just says the DMs escalate to vandalism, blackmail, break-ins and death threats. My stalker wants to ruin my life. They want to break me. They want me dead. If Miles and I don't figure out what happened to Sophie and who's been stalking us both, I'll be the next girl to disappear. It says fans of Gilmore Girls and Punk 57. This bad boy next door romantic suspense is brimming with intrigue and twists, and a steamy love triangle that will keep readers guessing. So the love triangle depends how it's done. But this is a short book, so I'm guessing it's going to be really fast paced. Will I enjoy this? I don't know, but if I do, it's a stunning book to keep on my shelves. So this is a dragon fantasy, I think, as well. So we've got a dragon fantasy, a dark romance, and once again I forgot, we need to pick my 12 books, 12 prompts. Friend pick. Let's go, let's rock and roll. Let's see what the crack-a-lack is. This one is Danny Girl. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder is the book that I need to pick, and the prompt is a 5-star prediction. So my 5-star prediction, do I have anything from this month that is going to be a 5-star prediction? Possibly not. I'm going to predict that River Enchanted is going to be a 5 stars, because I've given my Meg Rex all 4 or 5 stars, and I'm probably going to read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder on Everhand. If I do really enjoy it and I end up giving that 5 stars, then I will be getting the collector's editions if they're still available, because they're stunning. But that's it. I think that's it. I say that's it. This has been a wrap up and TBR video, MBR video, which I've never done before, so yeah. But normally I read like 15 to 20 books in a month, and that's why it needs a separate video. But anyway, my cat's looking at me like it wants feeding, so I'm going to be going now. If you do enjoy me and you want to see more of me, please like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. If you're here and you want to let me know you're here, but you don't have anything to say, please leave a black heart, very much appreciated. Or just send lots of love stuff out with the brain couplings. And I will see you all in whatever comes next.